But it's like you wouldn't ask Native American, or a First Nations people, does America have a right to exist? As Ta-Nehisi Coates says, like,
It's
you
been
know,
here.
countries don't exist because of rights. The countries exist due to force. That's how countries exist. They exist because they exert force and maintain whatever boundaries or whatever. Again, this modern creation of humanity, the concept of a country, a post, 1600s, is it's a very new one. It's a very new one, right? So like we just got to be honest about what we're talking about here. I mean, every line on Africa was not put there by a single African. All those borders, not a single border in Africa was put there by an African.
Mm.
It was the Berlin Conference of 1884 to 1885, where Belgium, France, Germany, Britain all sat down, to other countries, the U.S., and said, "Hey, what are these lines going to be, and who's going to run it?" So that's what I mean by this. These are modern concepts. It's all to exploit for the capitalistic engine, which needs racism, it needs homophobia, it needs sexism, it needs exploitation, it needs oppression for all of us to
But
say,
at the
well,
same time, you
those
had
people
these
deserve
people
that.
thinking in the back of their heads, a lot of them, that they were good intentioned and good natured and bringing quote unquote civilization to these people. So completely misguided while doing nefarious things. Some people were and are just straight up delusional and not nefarious.
I mean, yeah, I think about
So
the book.
there's both.
Yeah, I think about the book King Leopold's Ghost, where they absolutely frequently said we are bringing, civilization. But as they would do that, they would cut off the hands of children. They would put on spikes the heads of men who revolted against this quote unquote civilization that they did not ask for, and
Yeah, sure, for falling in line so that you
forcing
could
those.
do that civilization right now.
Absolutely right, because what is a civilization
Mm-hmm.
of people who've been around for thousands of years without you, right? People who
Mm-hmm.
you're a foreigner here, right? This is why it's
You
called
didn't ask them for 5 seconds what they
right.
knew and what they didn't, and
That
you
was
didn't
used
care.
that
Yeah.
was used against us as black people. That we had to become civilized. We had to cut off our hair. We had to wear the clothes of the Europeans. We had to speak in the languages. We had to lose our language, our practices and
And
traditions.
because God forbid you had a verbal history versus a written history, that was condemned.
And they burned,
Like,
and any written history we did have, they burned. The British said that themselves. They said, we have burned more than we ever remembered. So like
mm-hmm.
that history is lost. But then as a people, our culture, excuse me, it's momentum and memory, right? It's
Out of
how
necessity.
it's how we communicate, mouth to mouth, mouth to ear, life to life. That is what a culture is. Settler colonialism doesn't have that.